Hi everybody, welcome again to another episode of Fish Keeping Jamaica. Welcome to my channel. Okay, so now I am overlooking a river. I'm not going any further. As you can see, there's a lot of bush, right? And these bush kind of scratch. And I kind of have a shot still. So I'm just going to stay probably about 15 foot away from the river. Just to talk a little bit. Wow. And there's a lot of them in the water, but you can't see them from here. I can see them, but probably you can. Let me see if I can go a little further. I am seeing some tilapia. I am actually seeing some tilapia in the water, guys. It looks like the dark one, like the one that I bought the other day, and I tasted. Rocky Mountain white, some large ones in the river, right? This is where a lot of the locals actually go. Well, not exactly this spot, right? Rain have been falling for probably about 3 days now, so the entire area is full of greenery, right? This area is frequented by crocodiles, and I'm kind of not really feeling that safe going down that close, right? And the reason why crocodiles actually come right here is because of the fish in the water. Okay, so to the story. Tilapia food fish, or tilapia fish, tilapia cichlid, is not endemic to Jamaica. It was introduced in Jamaica from the late 1960s, 1970s, 70 something, right? And a lot of farms actually farm tilapia, and as a result of what I've been sharing with you for the past couple of weeks, they have actually escaped within the wild. Now these tilapia that are here, that are within this space, have not been monosexed because they were practically in the pond of the broodstock, and they were actually released. As a result, well, the babies were actually released because they were not caught when they were actually doing the harvesting. So as a result of that, you have some tilapia, male and female, being released, and they actually end up in the wild. Now, being in the wild, they are able to breed, and when they do breed, they practically consume the algae within the water. Well, as I said before, the rain fell about 3 weeks ago, so that's why the water is looking that brown, right? The rain is actually washing down the silt from upstream. Okay, so what happens is that these tilapia actually breed in the water, and when they breed in the water, locals, they have a knack for consuming tilapia from the stream, from the river, right? And somewhat, I shared, I shared my concern regarding tilapia being in the wild with someone who actually consume it, and they did a comparative analytics for me, and they shared that the tilapia that is found in the wild tastes much different from the one that is farmed. Now, a lot of person will hesitate in consuming the tilapia that is farmed in Jamaica, well, in anywhere, because they have the notion that they are filled with hormones, they are filled with chemicals that actually affects the human health, whether long term or short term, from sterility in the men to cancer in the women, right? Some large ones right there, so swimming, but because they are the color of the water, I can't really see them, but I can see them from here. I don't know if you can actually see them, right? I had planned to carry some feed with me to do this video, but I left it, and I don't think I want to go down into the bush not knowing what is in the bush, scraping up my foot, right? Okay, so back to the story. Well, back to the shear, right? Okay, so tilapia in the wild tastes much different from that is farmed. Tilapia in the wild has a more fresh, fleshier, firm taste than the one that is grown on the farm. And one of the reasons for this is that tilapia within itself, they will consume practically anything that can hold in its mouth, whether it be vegetation or smaller fish or crustacean, such as shrimp and snails. On the farm, they are fed a specific feed, just like chickens. If you eat chicken, you can eat. If you eat chicken, you can eat tilapia. Just like chicken have a particular feed that is fed to them on the farm, right? Chicken farm, right? And this this chicken feed allows them to maintain a particular health, at a particular pace, and they practically grow to a certain size by roughly about 6 weeks, right? Tilapia, it's about 7 to 8 months, right? I'm gonna go back up by the bridge and see if I can actually view down. So give me a bit. That's where I was standing a while ago. I did not go into the water itself. I did not go near the bush. I did not go down that track. But trust me, my foot them is itching, right? Because the grass, the vegetation itches. Probably you won't be able to see the fish, but I can see them. Looking over on the stream, there's a orange one somewhere right there, so right. There's an orange one that's going into the side, right? So they're about Rocky Mountain white and red Nile tilapia in this part, in this space, right? Okay, so what I was saying is that anecdotally, I spoke to individuals who actually consume the tilapia caught from this space, and they say that it tastes much different from the one that is grown in the pond. But you know, when you look at it, genetically speaking and theoretically speaking, it's practically of the same, because whilst the babies, the small ones, were in the pond, in the broodstock, and they were being fed that special feed to, you know, get them to be healthy and all that. You know, they have everything that they need to have, right? They were just released in the wild, and being released in the wild as a result of, you know, harvesting, water being changed, released, and you know, I shared that with you in about 2 or so videos, right? Before, right? What you find is that whatever persons are actually running from with regards to tilapia being fed certain things on the fish farm, they are still practically consuming it, whether it is wild or whether it is on the farm. Let's look at it this way. So tilapia is not found originally in the wild. It was introduced in the wild, and it wasn't introduced like somebody took it and threw it in the wild. It was released as a result of you know, a process on fish farms, right? So they end up in the wild, and they end up throughout the different natural water spaces in Jamaica, right? So when those fish practically have babies, whatever genetically makeup or, you know, whatever to be passed down will be passed on to the babies, and if there is something wrong, you know, genetically speaking, it will still be passed on from one generation of fish to the other. So therefore, you wouldn't really have any great difference. It's just that the farm fish is treated on a different scale. Wow, there's a lot of Rocky Mountain white over there, so a lot of Rocky Mountain white over there, so probably about 6 or 10, right? They're just gathering, and they're swimming somewhere over there, so right. But as I said before, the water down, you can't really see them, right? So for somebody who actually consume the one in the wild, I guess one of the reasons why they would say it tastes a lot different is because of the change of diet, right? And one on the farm is the diet. But figuratively speaking, as you talk about the genetically makeup, you know, what is in the tilapia itself, it's the same fish, right? In the wild, they would have to depend on algae, planktons, small insects, whether it be larvae, dragonfly nymphs, different things that move, they will consume it, right? And with that comes different nutritional intake, different growth spurt, different size, and they are easier. What do you call it now? They grow much bigger than when they are in the ponds, because, as I said before, about 6 or 7 of them right here, right? And this is a long street. There's a puddle up there, so right, and you have some underneath the bridge down that side. So it's not that they are concentrated in one area and they are competing a lot for food. They are at different spaces, so you find that the distribution of food along the space is vast. So you find that with the limited stress that they exert in getting food and actually surviving, you find that they, in turn, their meat will practically taste different. On the farm, it's a total different thing. You have 10,000, 15,000 fish within one space, and they're all fighting for food. And you know, during the whole harvesting period, you know, there's a lot of things that is happening, and you find that the hormones within the fish itself, no, the fish natural hormones, I'm not talking added hormones, right? They are imbalanced, and with the imbalance of that during harvesting, what you find is that the taste of the fish is totally different than when you actually catch them in the wild. When you catch them in the wild, you catch them 1-1, 2-2, and they are not that stressed, like, you know, to put it frank, fish that is stressed tastes different from fish that is, you know, caught and cleaned and cooked at the same time, right? So that's practically it. Is hope that this share kind of brings out a point, and that you will be able to share in valuable discussion. Let me go over the other side. It's a very large and wide river, right? So as you can see, there's a lot of small fish there, right? So the tilapia, they find their way underneath the bridge and over into the stream on the other side, right? So it's hope that this video share will bring to the fore a topic that is worth considering. That is the taste of the tilapia, whether it be wild caught or whether it be farmed. Noting that in Jamaica and probably in other spaces in the world, tilapia food fish is not endemic to that space. So therefore, it was caught, it was transplanted, it was farmed, and then now it escaped into the wild. So the taste is practically different, and the stress level of the fish allows the fish to taste different. The wind is blowing, feel really nice, feel like a good time for fishing, but I don't have a fishing line. Peace out, guys, catch you next time, bye bye.